There are some X-Men that I really think I could defeat in a fight. These are not them. The character of Karma shouldn't be overlooked. She is like a puppet master. Her telepathy is limited in the sense that she doesn't really do the whole reading your thoughts or erasing your memories thing as well as some other telepaths, but that's okay because she can and will take you over. That's called psychic possession, and that's what she does. But just how does she end up getting control over a person? Karma projects a mental energy surge at whoever she intends to take over. These surges, they mess with a person's consciousness and takes their hands off the controls long enough for Karma to swoop in. You are now her puppet to do with as she pleases. While you're participating in the puppet show, you are in a dreamlike state, and when you wake up, you don't remember anything. That's the part that scares me the most. But her mental warfare isn't all you have to worry about. The woman has trained in self-defense with many teachers, including Cable and Magneto. Plus, she was a fighter in Vietnam for a while there and learned all about warfare and weapons. Karma is not a relaxing thought. You can't even give her the same mind control treatment back. She will just throw up her psychic shield. She's one to worry about even without her power and training. She is a billionaire. Well, one of the owners of $1 billion company. You know what though? I like that so many X-Men are billionaires. There's no wondering about how they have to pay their bills when they spend so much time saving the world. Changeling is, unfortunately, pretty forgettable in the 616 universe. The most notable things he's done are pretending to be other people. He's a shapeshifter. His whole character design is pretty cool, plus he's got Professor X boosted telepathic abilities, so you can't say he's weak, just in popularity. Marvel saw his potential and gave him a much needed revamp in a few different universes, animated and on the page. He became Morph. He got better storylines and more powers and was just generally way more interesting. At his core, he is still a shapeshifter, but he did get some more powers to play with. He has no scent, so if you are trying to find him, it will be hard, maybe even impossible to track him. He has the usual things like strength and stamina and a healing factor. Morph can fly, and he is also kind of invulnerable. If you were to shoot something at him like a rocket, as a guy that can change his body at will, he can just make his body miss it or even make the projectile pass through him. One of the only things that has been proven to actually cause damage is an energy blast. Armor, the one with all the souls. The souls started out as just like family members' souls as the power, then in the Ultimate Universe it became the souls of 10,000 demons. I'm guessing that is going to give her a bit of a power boost compared to her Earth 616 counterpart. The psionic exoskeleton armor is this huge armor that surrounds her body and increases her everything. Strength, stamina, makes her almost invulnerable. The major downside though is that she can't keep it going for very long. She is the one that generates this thing around her, and making something that big will really suck the energy out of you. It was established to be made of memories, don't think about that too hard, because the Muramasa blade tried to cut through the armor but couldn't. The only thing it can't cut through is memory, so that really leaves only one conclusion here. There is a pretty twisted way to increase her power. If a family member passes on, she gets stronger because she is powered by her ancestors. And then the version of her from the Ultimate Universe is just powered by literal demons. I share a name with this X-Men, so she's basically me. Amara Juliana Olivian Zakia, or Magma, is from a secret Roman colony in Brazil called Nova Roma. She grew up there learning different fighting techniques, mostly those that existed in the days of the Roman Empire, so sword fighting and similar things. Her mutant name is Magma because her deal is geokinesis. She can move tectonic plates and manipulate magma. The way she found out about her mutant ability was a fun story. She got thrown in a volcano as a sacrifice, but the good news is that she's fine. Lava and magma can't hurt her if she is lava and magma. She can make volcanoes just appear. She did that at the beach once, and since she controls tectonic plates, she can cause earthquakes too. When she's in her magma form, she can't be hurt by anything hot. That makes sense. She can generate fire and magma and throw it at you. It's hard to fight her as just a regular person because you would probably be coming at her with metal like guns or swords, and metal and extreme heat means you'd be leaving with metal soup. Even if she is not in magma form, don't come at her with a sword, she's trained for that too. She can also heal herself if she's touching the ground or something hot. Magma is not to be messed with. Xorn shines like a star because that's what his head is. His head is literally a star. That means he could create a black hole if he wanted to by reversing his star's head's natural state. His star head can produce blinding light capable of incineration. He can manipulate gravity, has healing powers, can sense if somebody has recently passed in the general vicinity. He's a vibe checker. But most importantly, you know, his head is a star, so he doesn't need to eat, drink, or breathe. Can he drown? I don't know, I won't be finding out. Xorn's likability is his real power though, as it brought him back from the dead and doubled him. There was this weird time where Xorn pretended to be Magneto, who was pretending to be Xorn, and at the end, Magneto, actually Xorn, died. But Marvel editors liked the character of Xorn so much and they wanted to bring him back. So what did they do? Create an actual Xorn character. In the identity theft plotline, it was supposed to actually be Magneto. He had taken up the Xorn character to infiltrate the X-Men, and throughout the series there were many hints that it was Magneto. Xorn's star power can't be stopped though, and now we as readers just have to ignore that aspect of the comic. Marvel explained it all away by saying Xorn was being mind controlled by Sublime and forced to do everything that happened, but he did pass away at the end of the comic, but once again, his star power can't be stopped, and it was revealed that Xorn, thankfully, conveniently, had a twin brother that was exactly the same. Xorn and his twin can again conveniently control magnetic fields, that's why he could be fake Magneto. Mimic needs to be given his flowers. This man can stay himself and yet gain the power set of whoever he wants, and if he sticks around you long enough, he can have them forever. If he were to stand next to another Mimic, what do you think would happen? Like, would his body just take a screenshot? His mimic abilities are for anything, not just mutant mimicking. He's mimicked athletic skills on a football field before. Most of the company he keeps at this point are mutants and other superheroes, so he's usually mimicking superpowers. He's hung around the original X-Men so much that he permanently has their powers. So that's Cyclops' optic blasts, Beast's strength, Jean Grey's telekinesis, Iceman's ice controlling, and until he cut off the wings, Angel's winged flight. But the whole wing thing does really cement how powerful his mimicking capabilities are. He was able to create wings that were so close to the actual Angel's wings that he could donate them to Angel when he lost his. Mimic could easily become the smartest person on Earth very quickly, or the strongest, or the most powerful just by standing next to someone long enough. That is so cool and scarily powerful. Gabriel Shepherd is the most powerful of his kind. He is an example of an early version of mutants whose X gene was less evolved. They're called proto-mutants. There were only a few hundred proto-mutants, and Gabriel was the last survivor as he looks the most human, so he could blend in better. Gabriel did end up joining the X-Men briefly. I'm talking like a few days briefly, but it was a rocky start. They originally fought each other, but that's not really that big of a deal. That happens all the time. They fought because Gabriel read the mind of one of the X-Men and discovered that the other proto-mutants had been getting revived to be used as weapons. Gabriel thought that this was a 0 out of 10 move and was so unhappy he went poof and disappeared into pure energy. He came back later though to help some X-Men take down Lady Deathstrike. In a world of boys, he's a gentleman. The gentleman is super powerful, like Omega level mutant powerful. He has lived forever and will live forever, immortality. He's very strong, can generate electricity, fly, hear everything, including your thoughts. His telepathic abilities can reach over vast distances, but if you wanted to Uno reverse and use telepathy on him, no such luck. He can throw up some pretty solid mental shields. If you annoy him enough, he might just turn you into a tree using his transmutation abilities, but he's a good guy, so you probably don't have to worry about that. Oh, he can also stop time, but that's only been shown for like a radius of 500 meters as of right now. Nobody's perfect. Angel has come a long way since his debut in 1963. The guy used to be just like pretty standard. He could fly. He had angel wings on his back where he got the name from, and those wings were really strong. So if he smacked them together, it would create powerful wind blasts, and he could also just smack you. Pretty soon though, the guy got an upgrade and a bad side. He became Archangel. Archangel is a persona that is all about death and destruction, so Angel really had to get that in check so he could stay with the X-Men. The new Archangel side is what I consider an upgrade because it gave Angel new, very useful powers, like healing blood. If you're hurt, all you need is a little bit of Archangel's blood and you'll survive. Angel also now has a hypersonic scream. The scream can cause internal bleeding, breaking the sound barrier with that one for sure. Angel can be hurt, but his healing blood thing actually comes from like a healing factor, so if he gets hurt, he just heals up. There was this moment in his Archangel journey where he became a horseman of the apocalypse. icon behavior. He was Death, in case you were wondering. During that era, he got techno-organic wings. The wings are metal, but eventually molt, so he gets his feathers back. They're also super strong and adorned with stuff you'd want in a fight. Even if Angel lost his wings, he could still hold his own. He's good at hand-to-hand combat and sword fighting. Even if the guy didn't have any fight training or his special powers, he could still win a fight in court. He owns the company Worthington Industries, a Fortune 100 company, so he could take you to court for something random and probably win because he has the better lawyers and all the money. He wouldn't, because he's an angel and would rather donate the money. He's an X-Men genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Mystique has always been a powerhouse, but just recently has it been revealed that she is more powerful than anyone could have guessed. She's not just a shapeshifter, she's a gene shaper. She can rewrite herself on a genetic level. That's how she was able to become Nightcrawler's father, not mother. The entire gene shaper thing was revealed in X-Men Blue Origins 1. The issue also featured a note from Dr. Nemesis that basically said that Raven was way more powerful than she was letting on, and maybe even more powerful than she knew. And she's already pretty darn powerful as is. In addition to the new gene shaper thing, she has accelerated healing, she can become immune or simply resistant to diseases, and that makes a lot more sense now that we know she can alter genetic code. She is pretty good at stopping telepathic intrusion, she's a good shot, trained in martial arts, and has a solid Duolingo streak with at least 11 languages in her roster. Plus, you know, all the usual: super strength, speed, reflexes, senses, durability, and agility. Not only is our girl more powerful than we thought, she is also renewing her vows with Destiny soon. The famous mutant couple will be getting this happy moment in X-Men The Wedding Special 1, releasing in May. Congrats and good luck, ladies! We all know Storm's power. She is beauty, she is grace, she will punch you in the face. Storm is an Omega level mutant. If you haven't guessed by her name, Storm can control the weather and atmosphere. Her power is basically infinite. Some consider her to be one of the most powerful mutants in the universe. Queen behavior, fitting considering she was literally the Queen of Wakanda at one point. What I love about Storm's weather controlling abilities and her place on the X-Men is that they don't just use it for fighting. If they want good weather on an important day, Storm will just do that. Hey, if you have the ability, use it. Storm can withstand the mental assault of pretty much anyone, even one of the first ever mutants, Hungry. Hungry has been around literally forever, truly ancient. That means they've had all the time in the world to practice mental torture, and yet Storm couldn't be broken and even saved her fellow affected X-Men. She is literally a goddess, so if you pray to her, she gets more powerful. She's got magic in her bloodline. She comes from a long line of sorceresses and witches. She really is like a jack of all trades, master of all of them. She is a thief and will steal your heart, good in combat, she's a leader, she's good with weapons, she speaks quite a few languages, she has quite the Duolingo streak too. She can fly a plane and also just fly. Storm is someone you don't want to face off against. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make your mark on the comments section down below. Let me know if anything surprised you on this list. This is Juliana signing off. Bye!